What's up, everybody? It's your boy Chad Vibe, and we have another Street Fighter V character guide for you. With the game dropping tomorrow, I want to get all the new players out there prepared for the new release of the game. I actually just played the game for the first time at a local GameStop, but I've been watching a lot of videos, and that's where these character guides are coming from. So today's character guide will be Birdie. When they first announced Birdie in the game, I really didn't like his, character design and moveset too much. I think this is just because I didn't see a lot of gameplay, high-level gameplay with him. But now that I've seen a lot of high-level gameplay with Birdie, he looks really, really fucking sick. Like, he has some of the best setups in the game, some of the best command grabs in the game. So with that being said, let's jump into this Birdie guide, starting off his pros and cons. One of the pros of Birdie is he has tons of command grabs. Now, these aren't your traditional command grabs where the opponent has to be right in front of you. He does have some mid and long range command grabs, and these can leave your opponent devastated, especially if they're not prepared for them. His EX jump command grab, where he grabs you with the chain, has very, very fast startup, and it kind of just comes out of nowhere, and it's really, really surprising to get hit with it. If you're not anticipating it, you're probably going to get opened up with it. So his command grabs are really, really powerful in this game, and I think that's where Birdie is going to, shine with those setups. He does have more setups than other characters in the game, using his V skill where he can throw cans of bananas on the ground. These are very good for zoning, and they're also very good for locking down your opponent, because if there's a can coming at them, they really can't press any buttons, else they're going to get hit with that can, and that just leads into all types of shenanigans. Now, bananas and cans in the corner can be quite devastating for your opponent. They're forced to block in the corner, and they can't really do anything. So he has a whole bunch of setups with cans of bananas, and I can't wait to see more high-level players bust out even more setups as time goes on. Another pro of Birdie, I guess you can call it, it's like a pro-con kind of thing. He has pretty short combos, like he has maybe like 2 to 3 hit combos, so you shouldn't have any problem linking his combos. They should be fairly easy. They don't really take that much execution with him. It's really like a 3-hit kind of combo thing with Birdie. He doesn't have the longest combos in the game or in the world, but he does some pretty decent damage. Some of the cons of Birdie is he has a pretty fucking slow walk speed. He's not meant for like, traditional rushdown or anything like that. It doesn't seem. He has as a large character, he has a slow walk speed. So this can maybe hinder his footsie game and getting other things like that. He also has a very large hitbox. This can be a bad thing because in Street Fighter 4, we saw setups that only worked on large hitbox characters with ambiguous cross-ups and safe jumps and unblockables. So we'll see if that returns in the game as time goes on. Large hitboxes can also, be a very good thing, because most of your normals hitboxes probably extend a little farther and the hitbox is probably bigger. Normally I don't like characters with large hitbox. I tend to play very small characters, like in Street Fighter 4. I use Sakura and C Viper, characters with, small hitboxes. But we'll see how this plays out as the meta develops in the game. His normals are pretty iffy. I'm not really a fan of Birdie's normals. It seems like he does have some pretty good buttons, using his medium punch buttons and things like that. But it doesn't seem like he's the best, footsie character / poke character in the game. We'll just see how this has to develop in the future. His normals can be pretty good at controlling space and close to medium distance away from your opponent. That's where I really think Birdie will shine, is like this close to mid-range distance. Somewhere around there, Birdie's really gonna shine, because his normals, like I said, I'm kind of iffy about them, but when they come out, they take up a large amount of space. They have good distance, and the hitboxes are pretty big. So if you can keep your opponent in that distance, that short to mid-range distance, then I think Birdie will shine there, especially with his command grabs and other things like that. And his pokes are suited for that range, you know what I'm saying? Long range, I don't really see Birdie being that effective, unless, he does have cans of bananas, but, they have short distances and things like that. So I think, if you keep your opponent in that short to mid range, then you're going to do very, very well with Birdie. As far as his V skill, like I said, he throws the cans of bananas on the floor. That can be very good for setups and pressure. His V trigger, he basically gets an overall buff. He turns red and he gets a damage boost. So he's gonna hit really, really hard when he's in his V trigger and it's activated. So be careful with that. As far as his damage, he doesn't seem to do that much damage. This is another kind of Birdie. The only way he's really gonna do a lot of damage is if you're burning butter or if you're activating V trigger in the middle of the combo. Then he has some good combos. But if you're not burning any meter or activating V trigger in the middle of the combo, he doesn't really hit that hard. Like I was watching some of his, more solid combos, and his damage output is decent at best. But I think that's really good for him, and I think they made him like that on purpose because of just the so many options he has with command grabs and things like that. I feel like Birdie is a all-around versatile character. Like he kind of has like a little bit of everything in his game. Command grabs, zoning tools, set up some good normals. So I feel like he has a little bit of everything. And I think if you can individually get good at all the tools that he has, then you'll be a very, very good Birdie player. So I believe that's it for my, oh, no, it's not it. I always do this at the end of the video. Let's talk about his anti-airs. He does have some good anti-airs using his medium and fierce punches, both crouching and standing. So he does have some anti-air tools. He doesn't really have a DP or anything like that. I haven't seen really anybody get command grabbed out the sky or anything that using his EX, but who knows? Things are still being found in the game. But he does have some pretty good anti-air tools. He does have some waves, and with that large hitbox, his anti-airs work really, really well. So this is my Street Fighter V Birdie guide. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it makes you a better player when the game releases tomorrow. I'm Chad Viper, as you can see by the Chad Viper hat, and I'm out. See you guys later.